Hi, I'm Fred Van Liew, and congratulations. You have just received your Bulldozer pack, and I'm here to explain the simplicity and the purpose of the Bulldozer pack. It is the culmination of a passion that I have had to give the body all the support it needs every day, energetically, harmonically, in nourishment, in essential fatty acid support that's still polarized, the hydration, the clearing of stagnant energies out of your organ systems, very important so they can respond, the knowledge and understanding of what you're doing through the book learning, so to speak, and dealing with your emotions and stress. All of this included. Dealing with the need for strong antioxidant resources in your first month, because your body is doing a great deal of work turning things around in 21 to 30 days. And then you will be locking in those changes in the second and third month, which is why I call this a 90-day program. You will continue after the 90 days in almost every instance. It's like food. You must continue to support your body if you want to maintain your health. However, you can and will have other options once you've turned the body around. And as I say, in most cases you will find that the support that we offer through Trinisol offers the most economical and most comprehensive ongoing support possible. If you choose to go in another direction after your 90 days on the Bulldozer pack and the 2 months following that lock it in, then you need to make sure you're using one of several options to maintain proper hydration and coherent harmonic support. Those last two are missing in almost every protocol for health maintenance available, except through Trinisol. So if you listen carefully, you may have that option after your first 90 days. However, before you do anything, you want to do the Bulldozer pack, and I'm going to explain why. First of all, with the Bulldozer pack, the reason we call it a Bulldozer pack is there are boulders that we accumulate over our lifetime, and sometimes even as we're being born or before we're born. Those boulders can be emotional boulders, they can be health blockages, they can be any number of issues. They could be a jaw infection, they could be candidiasis, they could be boulders that you may have tried for years to deal with, but you've been using shovels instead of a bulldozer. Have you noticed that when you're building a road, you only need to bring a bulldozer in once? Once the road is cleared, you never have to bring the bulldozer in again. You simply are cleaning up and filling in occasional potholes. It's very easy to maintain a well-built road. With your Bulldozer pack, you are going to build a very, very well-established highway that maintains your health extraordinarily well with a minimal amount of effort and finance. You will get a half dozen Adrenal Exhaustion 2009 Wellness Lecture CDs that includes the question and answer as well, so that you can help others gain the understanding you have acquired that allowed you to take this bold move that is going to provide you success beyond anything you've done up to this date. You are going to also, in the Wellness Success Kit, get the Adrenal Exhaustion and Chronic Fatigue, How to Stop the Nightmare book. This I've written so that, again, you gain much more complete understanding, and it is not overwhelming. It will answer questions that you have never had answered before. And it is going to include Roger Bazanis' outstanding pH Madness. This really helps clarify the very, very misunderstood role of pH in your health, and what you want to avoid in all these wild claims made by products and waters, high pH waters, that claim they are going to heal you of all disease. And nothing could be further from the truth in many cases, such as ionized alkaline water machines. These are not items you are going to want to use to restore your health, believe me. And the literature, the printed directions on what I'm going to explain right now. They are very clear, they are very detailed, and you will rarely find anything so simple to do, even in your first month. Now, with that, I'm going to explain your Bulldozer pack. First, protection. The reason your cells have shut down, the reason you have had such a hard time responding to other protocols that may have excellent products but are very incomplete in the resources they're providing the body, is number one, most protocols are trying to tell the body what to do, such as cellular detox. With cellular detox, the Bulldozer pack provides the most gentle and harmonious cellular detox possible because it merely is supporting the natural mechanism of cellular detox that is in natural design of how the body functions. Heavy metal detox, likewise, you get the finest detoxing of heavy metals and poisons because your Bulldozer pack provides the organic matter in the nourishment, the fermented, predigested nourishment that allows the poisons and the metals to be encapsulated, which makes them neutral to the body, and the body can eliminate them without having this ferocious reaction to something the body doesn't like at all, and that's heavy metals. And this is different than the heavy metal detoxes and most cellular detoxes, which throw the body very much out of balance because they're very aggressive and really don't work quite that well in concert with the health of the total body. Now, in some cases, after you do the Bulldozer pack, you may find it's advisable to do a heavy metal detox or a cellular cleanse, but that will be rare. We also, through our energy resources, harmonic energy resources, Quanta Water, Perfect Balance, we make it possible to neutralize the free radical nature of many of these poisons and heavy metals, so the body, again, is less fearful of their elimination. Here is the reality. I did recently several hundred people on 2 weekend cruises, back to back, and of the several hundred, only about 6 tested over 90% cellular function, meaning the cells were operating, over 90% of the cells were operating efficiently. Most others were under 60%, and truly over 60% of those were under 30%. It was horrible. Yet, of those half dozen that had cellular function over 90%, 100% of them over the last year had at one time or another used the Bulldozer pack, the Trinisol Bulldozer pack, and followed through with at least 2 months after that. Many are either continued on or at least 3 or 4 months after that. And regardless, their cell function was still over 90%, and more importantly, their organ systems were almost always clear of stagnant energy. This is very reassuring, but what is not very pleasing is that although all of these people have gained knowledge, that's why they were there, in nutritional support for their body, many had spent thousands of dollars on appliances and nutritional products over the last year. None of them had efficient cellular function. Most had compromised digestion. Problems galore. Why would you continue doing that when there is actually an answer to this challenge? The Bulldozer pack answers it. The amino acid rich trace minerals with the bioenergetically active 0-point energy that are contained absolutely naturally within these plant-based minerals. There are nearly 80 trace minerals in this. It's not a formula. These are naturally occurring and extraordinarily concentrated. Now, therapeutically, they can be used to cauterize a cut immediately, a bloody nose, just dip a Kleenex and cotton in these trace minerals and put in the nose for a minute or two and stop the bleeding immediately. You can take 2 or 3 dropperfuls in a glass of water with a tablespoon of psyllium and drink it down and do tremendous benefit for the entire GI tract, specifically if you happen to have irritation in the bowels of any kind, then this would be an absolute godsend. And I have personal experience and testimony to that effect. Also, these can be used for a sore throat. Again, 8 or 9 drops in an ounce or 2 of water that you would gargle if you happen to have a sore throat, and then swallow, because remember, these are absolute food for the body, and you can often see a sore throat disappear almost immediately. You would take this nutritionally, just 1 drop per glass of water, 8 or 9 glasses a day of pure water with this. It will also help structure the water. It'll bring it into a positive energy range. The actual energy within these minerals naturally, we have not, at Trinisol or eWater, we have not placed energy in these trace minerals. This is naturally occurring at a level that almost matches our Quanta Water energy, true 0-point energy, or the energy that you find in the ocean at 70 to 100 feet, regardless of where you go in the ocean. That's where man has least corrupted the energies that support life. Quite different than what we have here on the surface, which is greatly diminished by our man-made chaos and electromagnetic radiation. These trace minerals, 1 drop per glass, or an entire day's worth, 9 drops in a glass of water, and drink it down. Either way, your body will thrive on these trace minerals, plus the benefit these bring to the body when you have candidiasis or other challenges is tremendous. If you have infection or soreness or bleeding of the gums, it's a very good idea to put several drops of the trace minerals in an ounce of water and swish it in the mouth, hold it in the mouth as long as possible so that it's in contact with those gums, and swallow. And I would do that 2 or 3 times a day, still amounting to 10 or 12 drops per day of minerals for the body, but holding it in the mouth as long as possible. In many cases, gingivitis, any types of those, you will see responding fabulously, because you're providing your body the resources to deal with this effectively. Again, this is Fred Van Liew sharing with you on the amino acid-rich trace minerals. I'm going to share very quickly the EP2 Stress Pendant. This is the finest protective appliance for EMR, electromagnetic radiation, negative thoughts, yours and other people's, cell phone calls being made from around the world that are going through your body as microwave and shutting down cell function. It is the best protection against electrical wiring, electronics, the wireless phones in homes, computers I may have mentioned. It is also a wonderful appliance that can be set next to a drink, a cup of coffee, food, that can bring coherence to that food or drink, to the point where if you tasted your coffee before you set this next to it, in as little as 30 seconds, you can taste that the bitterness is gone. That's how real this is. The technology works by accessing and then amplifying the natural harmonic energies, 93% of the highest vibrational energies that God has put out there, that we have artificially depressed with all of our man-made technologies and satellites. This accesses it like a radio receiver and amplifies it. It is important to note that unlike other appliances that the body has to tune to, or that have to be cleared, there's nothing in here. This is not programmed frequency. This is a receiving technology and an amplifying technology, so that if God changes those harmonics in our environment tomorrow, this will access and amplify those. We don't even know all of what it's amplifying. What we do know is that you can discern the difference very easily with digital infrared thermal imaging. If you're talking on a cell phone and wearing this, you don't get the red or hot heads. You can discern this if you're using aura photography. You can see how the body takes advantage of the harmonics access according to your energetic personality. Again, a very unique and important feature. There's no conflict with the body. The body is left in complete control when you're using the EP2 technology and its sister energy appliances. You then are going to take either 1 gel cap of the new EFA NutriBio food, very convenient for travel also, and it comes in this X-ray resistant pouch. Very important you protect the living products that you have from X-ray, or you can still use your liquid EFA. The gel caps are a 2-month supply. The liquid, though less convenient to use, is a 4-month supply, the most economical source of essential fatty acids available today. So those are your choices right there. First thing in the morning, either one, and you're done. You don't do that again during the day. Perfect Balance is a unique product in that it will clear stagnant energies out of any of the organ systems of the body, any of the body itself, and the coherent energies will help to relax even the muscles throughout the body, particularly the shoulders, back. Because it does have that relaxing effect, it can even help with aches, pains, even headaches. Most importantly though, this product can be used as a hydrator for any water. You can take a glass of water, and just like Quanta Water, only in this case you can just a simple one spray. That simple, and you've now taken the water to, again, 85 to 100% hydration, where originally it may have been 20 to 30% if it were purified from a bottle or purified at your kitchen tap through a reverse osmosis system or a carbon filtration system, and or if it was absolutely dead distilled water, it would still be revived by your Perfect Balance. So this is very, very handy when you're traveling. You want to have it in your purse. Very helpful. If you have a bottled water, it again is very simple. You simply, before you drink your water, take a simple one spray for the bottle. It's so economical. That's it. Because it's energetic, goes right through it. You can immediately taste and feel the difference in the texture. Gosh, that's good on video. It's absolutely the most practical way to keep your body hydrated and reduce the stress, while at the same time, when you drink the water that you've placed your Perfect Balance in, you are providing the harmonic support for the cells, once again, to feel safe, to open up, and to help you get back to complete cellular communication. Now, this works even just spraying it on the hand, like that. You're clearing the stagnant energies out of the body and providing those coherent energies. You can, let's say you're driving and you're a little tired, just a little spray in the face and you'll see you become much more alert. This single product is one of the most important to have on hand for when you need just a little bit extra boost, a little bit extra in the hydration, and you're not able to carry a bottle of Quanta Water with you. It is not affected by X-ray, as Quanta Water is not affected by X-ray, because their harmonics vibrate much higher than even X-ray. So absolutely the most important, along with Quanta Water, for giving your body the kind of support that it needs to feel safe. Quanta Water. Quanta Water is the ultimate water catalyst for harmonic support for your cellular function and communication, providing the kind of harmonic coherence that allows the cells to feel safe and open up. It is a key component when you have any kind of adrenal compromise, fatigue, the symptoms that come with cellular dysfunction. Very often we find that what we call adrenal fatigue really has nothing to do with the adrenals, it's the cells. If you've been to wellnesslecture.com and listened to the first 2 lectures, there is more detail on that website, wellnesslecture.com. Quanta Water, it is the absolute key to restoring cellular function. In addition to the nourishment, in addition to all the other components of the Bulldozer pack, this is absolutely the most important. And that's why this segment is devoted strictly to Quanta Water. Quanta Water should be used every 2 hours for the first 2 to 3 months. That'll take 6 bottles per month. That's all. What does that mean?
a teaspoon every 2 hours. Do you have to measure it out? Not if you're dealing with me. That means a little squirt in the mouth. That's it. Or a little sip if it was a regular cap. That's all it takes every 2 hours. Now, until when? Until dinner. After dinner, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Start first thing in the morning and every 2 hours until 6 or 7 at night. You're going to do that along with your Bulldozer pack, and for most people in 6 to 8 weeks, your cellular communication can go from as low as 10, 20%, some 25%, which means you're not sleeping well, you're waking up tired, and you would be over 85% cellular function in 6 to 8 weeks. In extreme cases, it could take as much as 2 to 3 more weeks. However, that's lightning speed for most people. In addition to that, just as the directions say on the bottle, 1 to 2 ounces, I recommend 2 ounces of this, should go in a gallon of water that you drink all day for hydration purposes. A typical bottled water is going to be 20, maybe 30% in its ability to hydrate the cells. When you add Quanta Water, you take that to 85 to 100% hydration inside the cells. That is so critically important that you do that. So, 2 ounces in a gallon of water for drinking all day, and a sip every 2 hours for maximum concentrated harmonic support for the cells, for the body. Now, if you buy a bottle of water for drinking, it's usually energetically dead. It has no real coherence, so it's not going to be very hydrating to the cells. Now, if you have some excellent nutrition in the body, which if you're taking your Bulldozer pack, you should have a lot of antioxidants. The body can take very mediocre water, so long as it's purified, which is reverse osmosis or distilled, and under the worst case, spring water, and it can structure it and make it so it will hydrate the cells. However, if you will simply take a small squirt of your Quanta Water, like what I just did, that's it. You have just taken your bottle of water and made it 85 to 100% hydrating. Now, the beauty of this is you can taste the water first, put the squirt in, taste it again. You'll feel the difference in the texture. You'll taste the difference. Your body craves the water. You have kids that don't like to drink water, start using Quanta Water, watch them crave it. If you have a spouse, that doesn't like to drink the water, start using Quanta Water in it, watch them crave the water. Muskadine Max. Muskadine Max is unique in that it is the most powerful source of antioxidants, great for anti-aging, great for giving the body the resources it needs for all of the byproducts of even normal cellular function, but all the pollution that we encounter in our foods, in our water, in the air we breathe, the pollution we create in our own negative thoughts. But Muskadine Max is the only product of its kind where we have started with the muscadine seed, where we have nurtured that seed from the time the grapes were picked from the vines, grown on one of 2 orchards we have found where they're literally loved on. And we have maintained chain of custody through the cleaning, the processing, as well as the storage of those seeds. And then finally, when they're ground at very, very slow speed, so no heat is generated, we do not deteriorate the incredible antioxidant power, or it can be graded as ORAC, that you find in our Muskadine Max seed. What is the significance to you? Well, 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram of our Muskadine Max, we guarantee has over 2,500 ORAC. Actually, it's 1,600 milligrams. We guarantee has over 2,500 ORAC. That's a daily dose, recommended dose. In actuality, in testing, a single gram, just 1,000 milligrams of our Muskadine Max has over 2,600 ORAC. So 2 800 milligram capsules per per day, which is our recommended dosage, provides to you, in reality, over 4,000 ORAC. This is huge. In addition to that, the muscadine grape seed is known to have one of the richest sources of resveratrol known on the planet. You are getting more utilizable resveratrol in a daily dose of Muskadine Max than virtually any other source of isolated resveratrol. Isolated resveratrol has been removed from its natural environment, from its natural supportive compounds that allow it to be utilized efficiently. We don't do that. We leave the resveratrol in its natural cofactors. So this is a food, and it is an affordable food. So this is in your first month Bulldozer pack for a very important reason. That is when you are most toxic. That is when you need the most support as your body is making corrections. Whether or not you stay on your Muskadine Max is entirely up to you. Should you decide to continue on this product, it is a very important and a very affordable resource. Not critical, but advisable.
Introducing the BiotiCal Plus NutriBio food that so many of you have been waiting so long for, and the wait is certainly worth it. Now we have a product that has the ability to supply all the nourishment the body needs in those hundreds of thousands of compounds, the trace minerals in mineral ligand form, the most bioavailable for the body, the most concentrated form, combined with what was formerly known as SynBio food, the ferment that would not only bring the body naturally to alkalinization by the body's design, but it would also help the body keep clear the molds, the fungus, like candidiasis, and would nourish the cells so that whatever foods you were eating, if it was in moderation, you would never have to be concerned whether the cells were receiving the nourishment they needed. And as usual, helps to reduce the cravings for the junk food, and also helps to stabilize issues like blood sugar, blood pressure, and all, because it supports natural body function and cellular function so perfectly and so completely. As importantly, BiotiCal Plus NutriBio food costs about 30% less than our previous BiotiCal and SynBio food cost when purchased separately, while providing 20 to 25% more overall benefit to the body when just 2 capsules are used per day. Now, if this is used with SynBio food, instead of taking 8 drops twice per day of SynBio food in the liquid form, 8 drops once a day of the SynBio food and 1 capsule of BiotiCal Plus NutriBio food becomes an outstanding way to support the body, keep the flora, the probiotics, which are so powerful in the BiotiCal Plus, in the body, and restoring that flora not only in the gut, but throughout the body, including porous bone. One of the biggest challenges we have in the health industry is jaw infections. This can seriously damage your health. It can kill you, because those infections can affect organ systems in the jaw. And yet it's one of the hardest infections to get rid of. And yet there are living organisms in the porous bone of the jaw that simply are not able to do what they were designed to do, and that is to go after pathogens and infection. With this product, you support those organisms, both energetically as well as nutritionally, with those hundreds of thousands of compounds from the fermentation and the probiotics themselves here. And when you take, it's unfortunately up to 8 to 10 of these a day for about 8 to 10 days usually, you will see that in that period of time, those living organisms are brought to life where they go after the problem, and the problem truly disappears. You've given nothing to the body that treats the problem, but you have given the body the kind of extra support the natural design of the body, those living organisms already in the body, need to come alive and do their job. So perfect, so natural, so safe. and you can bring candidiasis under control in a fraction of the time that it can be done without this, and by using this on a regular basis, either 1 or 2 capfuls per day, or caps rather per day, you can keep a body clear of those kinds of excesses like candidiasis. Now again, 1 bottle if being used with synbio food, 2 bottles are necessary per month if this is all you were using with essential fatty acids, the supercritical EFAs, as well as any kind of hydration support from Quanta Water, Perfect Balance, the Nutrace minerals. Absolutely a pleasure to be able to present this to our members by choice in the Trinisol Professional Association. God bless. I hope this has been helpful to you. Make sure again, when you get your package, that you first and foremost listen to the description and use of your products once again. Very important. And most importantly, once you have your Bulldozer pack, feel free to call the office at 800-399-4426 or me personally. Again, this is Fred Liew, founder and president of Trinisol, wishing you a very good day.